after a while it'll actually heat it up to boiling.
Va tan rápido la alfa que en un momento llegará que el agua se hierva y prácticamente hasta acá ya está la copa.
So that's about 50 seconds there.
Eso fueron como prácticamente 50 segundos.
And I'm looking at the lid, and on the lid I can see a little bit of granule.
Y puedo ver que todavía hay un poquito de gránulos ahí.
It's a little bit lumpy. Of course, up on the lid, it's going to bounce it up and it comes down. So that I'm going to do it for one more cycle, just because I want it very smooth.
Para que esté bien suavecito, no esté ningún gránulo.
All I'm doing is grinding up these nuts. Now, when I get the nuts grinded up, I can add the rest of this water. I'm going to cook it over the stove to let that cornstarch gelatinize, but I can add this water when I put it on the stove.
Le va a agregar esa agua ya, va a continuar licuándolo y posteriormente esa agua se puede agregar allá en el sur.
In fact, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to blend it one more time, but I'm going to do it back there so that we can continue on.
De hecho, lo voy a hacer ahí en la parte de atrás mientras nosotros sigamos aquí en la plática.
Thank you.
Okay. What are the other problems of overeating? Presión alta, okay. Subsequently, if you gain weight, okay, posteriormente de ganar peso, ¿qué otros problemas hay? Okay, remember, normally if you have overweight, you have a tendency to have develop other problems like high cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure, okay? And those are the things that you will be able to see just because you are doing something wrong. Only one thing is overeating. And doesn't matter if it's only at night. Probably you do overeating as well in the morning, at lunchtime, and it will be the same thing, same effect. Why? Because when you overeat, you will be hyperextend the stomach. And that hyperextension of your stomach will make your stomach to go large. Larger and larger and larger and larger. Okay? You have seen people when they open up, they keep looking for the stomach over here, and the stomach is not right there. It's all the way down. See? The stomach is all the way down over there. Because they just got used to eating a lot, so heavy. As I saw, for example, you can see they eat and then after that they drink. And they don't feel the fullness over here. And between, the larger the stomach it gets, remember, the stomach is like a balloon. It will expand. Okay? El estómago es como un globo que se extiende. Y es un músculo que va estirándose. Entre más le den, más estira. Más estira. Entonces llegan las personas que se hacen unos estomagotes tan grandotes por el efecto de que están comen o comen demasiado. That as well will make you to have other problems. Long process of going into the bathroom doesn't come out completely. Okay? You will have problems with inflammation because your stomach is all the way over here. The digestion process doesn't go well as well later on, and then you have the problem that even you feel empty. Okay, you feel empty, but really all the food are in the colon. And when you have an X-ray, the doctors will tell you that you are constipated. And says, no, I go to the bathroom every day. Yeah, but even if you go to the bathroom, let me tell you, your intestines are full cover of stool. See? Your intestines all over the wall like that is full cover of stool. Why? Because of things that we eat. How we eat. Overeating will make you first, in a certain way, is gain weight. When you're ready to gain weight. You will have heartburn. Okay? It will make you to gain problems with fatty liver. Eventually we'll have cirrhosis. Entonces, repasando, tenemos problemas de agriuras, tenemos problemas de obesidad, tenemos problemas de hígado graso. And when you overeat, believe me, you don't feel comfortable. The first thing that you do when you overeat, what do you do? Any adjustment. See? You loosen up. You remove the button. Okay, so you can breathe easily. And you feel, but you feel as well in the stomach over here. See, you feel in the stomach. And if that had happened to you, it had probably happened to me, or even if you, when you drink a lot of fluid, it will be the same thing. You feel the stomach like really full. And you probably have to like carry it. Okay? So those problems that we are creating into ourselves will make you to have headaches. Okay? Will make you to, probably you migraine, or you continue headaches that you have and you have to be taking some pills for your headache. Most of them are related for intestinal problems. Most of them. Most of them are related to intestinal problems. And it's because we are overeating, we are not eating properly, or the foods that we're eating are food that needs to stay longer in our stomach and they are not being digested fast. Like for example, when you eat corn, the whole corn, you can see that it comes in and normally it comes out as well. Okay, the same way. Why? Because it's full of fiber. But when you eat, for example, at McDonald's, you eat Pizza Hut, things like that. Those are what? Refined, very low in fiber, so it will stick on you.
Español también.
Ahora, estábamos hablando con respecto a la comida que comemos. Generalmente, las comidas que comemos nos van a producir problemas con el exceso de comer demasiado, como dolor de cabeza, las migrañas, por ejemplo, pueden estar relacionadas con lo que comemos. La sensación de que uno está yendo constantemente irritado, molesto, mucho tiene que ver con el proceso de digestión. Cuando comemos productos que son refinados, se mantienen mucho tiempo en nuestro intestino. En cambio, si son vegetales, como les mencionamos, el elote entra y sale al mismo tiempo de la misma forma, porque está relleno de fibra. ¿Okay? Toda esa fibrita sale y nos ayuda como escobita a limpiar el intestino. Pero generalmente lo que comemos son productos refinados.
What time? Orange cranberry. Now, normally when I've made this in the past, I've had a meat grinder. Can you believe
El cranberry con la naranja.
any vegetarian would not have a meat grinder?
Okay, by the way, it's not in your list of the recipes there, but we'll email it to you. Or next month we will have it available for you.
Yeah, something happened where it didn't go through. Or you can just take good notes.
O pueden tomar notas nada más, mientras después posteriormente les vamos a dar las recetas.
So, everybody likes the cranberry sauce at
Todo el
Thanksgiving.
mundo les gusta la salsa de cranberry o arándanos.
The recipe calls that you would just put this through a meat grinder, which I would say that's the best thing that you can use a meat grinder for, much better than making sausage with it.
Con un moledor de carne sería mucho más fácil.
So we just want to take off the peel.
Vamos a pelarla nada más así.
A champion juicer may work also. How many are you familiar with champion juicer? Anybody
¿Quiénes
have
están
one with it?
familiares con
You can
el extractor de jugo champion?
You can take the little strainer off the bottom. On the bottom there's a little.
Nada más le quita
Take
el
that off.
colador de abajo
Because you want to catch all the pulp and everything.
porque quieren agarrar la pulpa.
So, I hesitate to say that because I haven't done it I would like to try that, but I think that may work. But
Eso probablemente trabaja.
the thing is we want, this blender is made to puree things, pulverize them. And I don't want it pulverized. I don't want to make a smoothie with it. I want a chunky, pulpy type thing when I'm done.
Esta licuadora está hecha para pulverizar, no para moler.
So I need an apple.
Entonces necesito una manzana.
And on the recipe that you're going to see, it doesn't call for an apple. And I'm going to use the peel, so I
Lo voy a usar pelada. Don't peel the apple.
Yeah, I don't like to peel it.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to put an apple in here. And you need to use these apples right away. You don't want to peel this apple and have it sitting around because they oxidize right away. But once you get the citric acid in there from the orange, that will very much slow that process down. Because really, you want this product to marinate, or actually marinate is something that you do to meat. You want this to macerate. That's what you do to fruits and vegetables.
Quieres que este producto se macere. Las papas se ponen negras rápido, perdón, las manzanas se ponen negras por el proceso de oxidación, pero al momento de ponerse con los cítricos, como el jugo de naranja, detiene ese proceso de oxidación.
Now I poured that in. Of the cranberries, I would say it's closer to a half or 3/4 of a cup.
The cranberries are crazy.
Those are cranberries.
Eso es cranberry, arándanos.
We had somebody in the back, I won't tell you who. He goes, oh, that looks a bit one. Do you know what one of these tastes like? They're very sour. Very sour. That'll make your taste buds running high. I'm sorry. I put in a little bit of turbinado. Can we get the turbinado back there? There's a product called Sucanat. There's a product called turbinado. They're more less refined sugars. You can also use agave nectar for this. It's just a sweetener. You could also use honey for it. So this is a turbinado sugar. So it just hasn't been refined. So some of the natural molasses and things are still in there.
Pueden utilizar la melaza o pueden utilizar, por ejemplo, el piloncillo, ¿okay? Que es una azúcar que no ha sido refinada.
Okay, so I'm just going to try to pulse this because again, I want it very chunky. I'm worried I almost got too much in here, that by the time I get the cranberries into the bottom may be juice. I don't like that. I did it at home, but I didn't have as much. A food grinder, like a bullet. Are you familiar with the bullet? That may work too. You just have to get it. You're just going to do small amounts.
Yeah, with the food process.
Right. Yeah, just don't want to turn it into a smoothie because this is what this machine is good at, making smoothies, and I don't want to make a smoothie